Welcome back to Puerto Rico Life. This is Jeffrey Holst, and I am doing walking around Isla Verde part 2. So right now I just left Torres Place, which is a great little restaurant right on the playa Isla Verde, which for people who haven't seen it before is this amazingly beautiful beach right here. And it's within walking distance of my condo. Now, if you watched my previous video, which I'll put up there, I walked to the right. I came out of my condo, I walked to the right, and people seem to be really enjoying that video. So I thought I would show you what it looks like if you turn to the left. So that's what this video is, although I'm starting here and walking back towards the condo. So this is just down the beach from where I live, and as you can see, on a Sunday, it is beautiful. The water temperature feels to be about 80 degrees today. It's really, really nice. Crystal clear, soft, beautiful. Got my feet in the water, feels amazing. And yeah, so Playa Isla Verde, it's like that. So walking back away from the ocean, you can see right there is Torres Place where we ate. Next to it is a bar called Alambique, which is temporarily closed, but hopefully they open up again soon. And then next to that is Lifeguards. All of those bars are right here on the beach. All have a decent view, and all have pretty good food. So you definitely have that as an option if you come out to Playa Isla Verde. You're on the street by those bars, and you walk down here, you see the WBC Hotel. On the roof of the WBC Hotel is a place called Kumo Rooftop. Kumo Rooftop is one of my favorite bars in the area. Highly recommend checking that place out. All right, from there we're gonna see back that way to WBC. We're gonna walk down the street, and we're gonna hang a right at that road right there. And that is going to take us out to Avenida Isla Verde, the main road that runs through Isla Verde. Actually, while I'm thinking about it, before we do that, you will notice here on the beach you can rent beach chairs, jet skis, parasailing, things like that. So there's a lot of options here for people who are looking for some fun entertainment, especially on the weekends. It's a pretty happening place. So this is the street that leads us out to the main strip there. So when you come to the end of this street, you're going to come out by a CVS. Now you have two options here. You can turn to the left and continue on further, which we might do in part 3 of walking around Isla Verde. It's possible. But for part 2, I'm going to turn to the right. And be sure to stick around till the end, because I'm going to end at my favorite bar in all of Isla Verde. And if you don't stick around to the end, you might not find out what bar that is. So be sure to stick around. Anyway, so we're going to just go ahead and make this corner. So we're coming up to the end here. There's the CVS I was telling you about. And at this point, we have the option of turning here to the left. If we were to go down that way, past the Burger King, we would come to the El San Juan, which has a really nice casino in it. If we were to continue forward, we would come to the Embassy Suites, which also has a casino. There is a little wine bar here called Entre Vinos. It's very nice. Have a very nice selection of wine. And then if we turn down this way towards the Wendy's, we'll see a few fast food places, and then we'll see a bunch of bars and restaurants and shopping places. I'll go ahead and show you that. We're gonna cross the street. Okay, we've successfully crossed the street. As you can see on the other side of the street, you have mostly apartments. There's a few Airbnb type places, but most of these are actually people that live here or have condos here, snowbirds, stuff like that. So we go ahead and walk down the street, past the Wendy's, past the Taco Bell, and one of the first things we'll come to of note is Charlie Car. Charlie Car is a place where I often rent my cars, mainly because they run a free shuttle to the airport, and it's walking distance to my place. I should note when we're talking about Charlie Car, which as you can see is coming up here on the left, that if you use like one of the booking services like Expedia or something like that, it will actually come up as Ace Rent-A-Car, Isla Verde. If you want to book them direct, you can look at the link in the comments or in the description of the video below, but I believe it's just charliecar.com. But if you're booking through a booking service, but it's charliecars.com. We can see that here. Now, one of the things I like about Charlie Car, besides the fact that it's walking distance from my place, is they generally do have really good availability for motor vehicles, and they tend to be more efficient than some of the other rental car agencies. The other rental car agencies besides Charlie Car tend to take a significant amount of time to check you in and out, and generally I can get in and out of Charlie Car in about 30 minutes. Sometimes it's taken as long as 2 or 3 hours at some of the other agencies for me. So after walking past Charlie Car, the next thing we'll see are some souvenir shops. I have had pretty good luck with purchasing souvenirs here, but these are basically just general souvenir shops. This is Aces. It's a strip club. It's not a place I usually go, so I can't really comment about that. But as you can see, you've got a couple of souvenir shops. And then you come upon Playa Papaya. Now, I haven't eaten here. A lot of times when we're walking down the street here, you're gonna have people playing loud music. All right, so now that that's passed, so Playa Papaya, so it opens in 2016. I've heard really good things about it. They have a brunch on the weekends, I just learned today. And yeah, might be worth a look one of these days. So as we continue on, we come up upon Walgreens. So if you need some sunblock, which I probably should have on right now, that's where you would go. The thing I will say about this Walgreens is it's fairly large and it has a good selection of household goods, snacks, foods, cleaning products. So if you do find yourself in Isla Verde and you need to grab some stuff and you don't have time to go to a grocery store or something like that, I would highly recommend the Walgreens. They do have a parking spot on the other side of this fence. You have to go down to the next road. When we get to Pizza City in a minute, I'll point that out to you. Continuing on past the Walgreens, we come to another souvenir shop. Again, another good souvenir shop. There's a hookah bar here, which I see people at in the evenings. I haven't actually been there. The sushi bar is quite nice. There's actually 3 sushi bars on the strip I like. When we get down to the one I like the best, I will show you that. Here is there's a pet store place, a locksmith service. There's a new cigar lounge up there, which I haven't tried yet, but it's only open on weekends. La Isla Cigar Lounge, supposed to be a really nice place. I heard one of my friends went there and enjoyed it. Here's the second of the 3 sushi places. This is the second best in my opinion. Then we come to Pizza City, which is a long-time island staple, a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week pizza and pasta place. Very popular with the locals and with tourists. And I'll tell you, even though I just ate at Torres Place, I think the pizza at Pizza City smells amazing. So if you were to go down the street to the left, Pizza City, that's how you would get to the Walgreens parking lot. And if we continue across the street, we come upon Cheetos. So Cheetos is a Mexican restaurant, open 24 hours, a nice place to get a cocktail late at night. Highly recommend that. Decent tacos, Every one of these crosswalks is actually a pass-through to the beach. So every time you see a raised crosswalk, that's a beach access point. Just past Cheetos, you'll see a dispensary. You'll see a couple of restaurants. One that I particularly like is called Patio de Flores. Patio de Flores, really nice food. Excellent old-fashioned. I'm an expert on those. I had to move over into the shade a second there because my phone was actually overheating because it's sunny out today. But as you pass Patio de Flores, you come upon this little plaza and you see Nagoya, which is the sushi place that I personally prefer here in Isla Verde. And Nagoya has an amazing leche fruit martini that my friend Jenna and I love to get when she's in town. From there you'll see Condom World, which is a staple chain here in Puerto Rico. You see them all over the island. You've got some restaurants and tattoo parlors up top, and you have a cigar store and a spa, places that I haven't actually been in either, but we have that there. And then we continue on down the street and we're almost to my favorite bar in all of Isla Verde. All right, so continuing on down the street past the Condom World building, as I like to think of it, we will continue to see the ocean just on the other side of the road. There is a we're now coming up on Freddy's Los Pinos, which is a 24-hour restaurant and has a pretty decent breakfast and reasonably priced drinks. And behind Freddy's Los Pinos, you can actually see the Wyndham, Trip by Wyndham. They have a nice bar in there and a nice pizza place in there, so I recommend both of those. But we're gonna stop just short of those at what I think is the very best bar in all of Isla Verde. And no, they haven't paid me to say that, although I feel like they should. Hotties Bar and Grill. This is where I hang out most nights, so if you want to find me and I'm in San Juan, there's a good chance that is where I will be. You might recognize this from my Instagram, but here's what it looks like inside of Hotties. Now it's the middle of the day, so it's not particularly busy, but there you go. Hopefully I don't disappoint you when I show you what I'm drinking. It is the middle of the day and I have been walking in the hot sun. So I finally was able to cool down a little bit by drinking some water, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I like this particular bar. Besides the fact that the people are super nice, the food is amazing. I have a queso frito here, fried cheese that's unreal. Best I've had on the island, but they also have all sorts of other amazing dishes. Shrimp stuffed red snapper, skirt steaks stuffed with shrimp, mofungos, rice and beans, you know, all of the Puerto Rican classics, even a canned pork. So, yeah, highly recommend it. The food here is consistently good, pricing is good, and the people are super nice. So, come check it out. Hotties Bar and Grill, Isla Verde. And that is this episode of Puerto Rico Life. And I hope that you enjoyed walking around Isla Verde Part 2. And if I make Part 3, I'll be sure to link it in the comments or something like that below. Thanks so much. Oh, and if you're liking my content, as always, feel free to share, like, subscribe.